Good afternoon, you're watching Big Blue Banter. I'm your host, Eleanor Bevan. Kentucky softball has their season opener tomorrow out west in San Diego. The team met with media before heading out on their long road trip. Let's send it over to Jack Powell and Keaton Elliott with more on their media day.
Thanks, Eleanor. With the Cats losing team captain Kayla Kwolek, it's going to be really interesting to see how the Cats attempt to have a bounce-back season.
I agree. Coach Lawson addressed the media in a press conference in preparation for this upcoming season.
Kayla is an outstanding leader. She's still with the team as a GA, so just her vibe is kind of cool to have around. I never want to confuse leadership with production, though, and so Kayla was a major producer in addition to being a leader. I feel like we have a lot of leaders on our team. I feel good about that.
If Coach Lawson wants to have a better season than last year, Erin Koffel must have a big year. She's one of the big three players we expect to have a big impact this year. Expectations are nothing new for Erin Koffel. She's a former All-SEC shortstop, and she's also a former All-American. With her being the best returning player, Koffel is now going to take on a leadership role in hopes of taking the Cats much further than they went last season. But she ain't going to be able to do that alone. Everyone's going to have to pitch in.
You're right about that, Jack. And one of those people is going to have to be Jaden Vickers, the fifth-year transfer pitcher from Rutgers. Her senior year, she was 11-8 with a 3.23 ERA and led the Rutgers in strikeouts. Vickers is a much-needed addition for the Cats due to the lack of depth that the starting rotation had last year, which became apparent last year when their ace, Stephanie Schoonover, went down with a forearm injury.
Stephanie Schoonover, when she went down, the starting pitching for the Cats struggled. She had her forearm injury, and that caused her to miss 15 games. Her presence and her arm were clearly missed in those games. The seniors is looking to have a big bounce-back season, and that'll be essential for the Wildcats to compete in what is always a super tough conference. With the Wildcats starting off on a difficult schedule right off the bat, we're going to send it over to Caitlin Perkins for her predictions for the upcoming season.
Thanks, Jack. Friday marks the day that the Lady Batcats will begin their 2024 season. Luckily for Kentucky, their first games take place in San Diego, where the weather is always nice. The team's first weekend series includes 5 games. Kentucky will play back-to-back games starting at 1 p.m. on Friday against UC Santa Barbara. Right after, the Cats will take on number 3 Stanford. Let's hope the Cats can keep up with the fast-paced schedule that's ahead. If the pace gets too fast, things could get ugly quick, as Kentucky will face Stanford again the following day at noon. Kentucky will go up against San Diego State to round out Saturday, and the weekend will wrap up with a battle between the Cats and Minnesota. Looking ahead, the Cats will play 3 away series before their home opener against a close opponent in Bellarmine. Now let's send it back to Eleanor.
I'm sure the girls are going to enjoy that sunny weather out there in Cali. I can't lie, I'm a little jealous of them, although I don't mind it being 60 degrees in Lexington right now. Thanks for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back again next week with all things UK sports.